somehow, some way,
What?
it's March.
Huh?
It's March. By the time everyone's listening to this, it'll be March.
How's it March? It's February now. How is it March?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Who decided when, why, how? What ancient Roman or ancient Greek woke up one day, created the months, and said, fuck February?
Fuck it.
There's so many things that happen in February, too.
It's a lot. It's an action-packed month.
There's President's Day.
Yeah.
There's Lincoln's birthday.
Yeah.
There's Valentine's Day, as we talked last time. Arbitrary as balls.
Doesn't make any sense.
All of these things are arbitrary as hell. The only thing that actually is worth celebrating is Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
And Black History Month.
Yes, Black History Month, jam-packed February.
Yeah.
Yes, Black History Month, very important. Lincoln, obviously very important. Not so much President's Day. Who the fuck am I celebrating on President's Day?
The Orange Man is now a former president.
Yeah.
I got to celebrate him?
Absolutely
No,
not.
thanks.
Why are we packing this in to one tiny-ass month?
And why do other months have 31?
Great question.
Some months are too long.
30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except February, which has 28 and occasionally 29 in a leap year. That is the worst, poem ever.
Yeah. I
Do you
never
know
even
why?
knew it. Yeah.
Because of February.
Because
you
of February.
didn't learn that in when you were 6?
I did the knuckle thing to know the days.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
Every time you hit a knuckle, it's a 31 day month. So you got January is 31, February is not, March is 31, April is not, May is 31, June is not, July is 31, August is 31.
Oh, so you don't count the thumb.
September.
You don't count the thumb.
No. You got to do these knuckles.
Okay.
Then you got so August is 31, September is 30, October is 31. November's 30, December's 31. It's a perfect system. Using knuckles every time.
The knuckle system is genius. You're coming over and you're teaching my son that.
Let me tell you about the two baddest cats in town. They're here to talk about random shit floating around. So grab yourself a drink, baby, if you please. It's just shooting the breeze with Chafe and Cheese.
Well, chim chim chiroo and a ho hum too. Welcome to another rousing, riveting, rip-roaring, rip-torn, rip-van winkle
Wow.
of an episode. Huh?
Shooting the breeze with Chafe and Cheese. I'm Chafe.
I'm Cheese.
And we're shooting the breeze today.
Today, baby.
What's going on, guy?
Oh, I'm just Jim Dandy. How about yourself?
I'm having a rough time.
What's going on?
Rough go.
What's happening?
2 days now. 2 days in a row. This is going to be day 3.
No bowel movements?
No, too many bowel movements.
Okay.
That's the other side of the coin. We'll get to that.
Great.
I haven't taken any naps. For the last decade and a half, I've been a nap guy.
And that is not an exaggeration one bit.
2 to 4, I'm on the floor. You know what I mean?
I do.
I sleep in a bed, but that's the saying.
Yes.
From 2 to 4, I'm on the floor. I take a nice 2-hour nap, a nice little brisk nap.
Yep.
2 hours, I'm in, I'm out, and then I have energy for days.
Let me ask you something.
Hours.
In what world is that a brisk nap? That is a full sleep.
No, it's not a sleep.
No one above the age of 6 months naps more than 2 hours. That's insane.
It's beauty rest, okay? First of all, you don't look like this without beauty rest. You know what
sure,
I'm saying?
you don't nap for 2 hours every day without looking.
I gotta
like
rest
this.
the eyelids.
Uh-huh.
I gotta, gravity takes a toll when your face is in this position all day.
And you think sticking your face directly into a pillow is the answer?
Yes. It lifts, it supports. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I've been feeling off. I haven't napped, but I think what I'm trying to do, because even though I feel better post-nap, it's like then I'm up late.
Yeah.
I can't get up early.
Of course.
I went through a half a REM in the middle of the day.
Absolutely.
So now I'm going straight through.
Welcome to adulthood.
And I've been crashing at like 8:30 the last 2 nights.
That's not bad.
Passing out. But I sleep all the way through. I get up 3 times like a lady to pee, but that's it.
3 times to pee?
You got to in the middle of the night.
Not 3 times.
I drink late into the evening.
Once?
I chug a water before bed. Probably not the best idea.
Nah, you should stop drinking water about an hour before you go to bed.
I'm just trying to keep lubricated. You know what I'm saying?
You can keep everything oiled up, but you drink a bottle of water an hour before bed, flush the system, sleep through the night. You won't have to pee 2-3 times and ruin your sleep, and then you won't have to nap. How about that?
I'm working on it, okay? But I've been off, okay? I'm off. I'm not right. I'm explaining to you, my friend, how I'm doing.
I think you should go back to the naps.
You think I should go back to naps?
Return to the naps. I don't like this version of you.
Why?
Because you're irritable, you're itchy, you're uncomfortable, you don't know what's happening.
I'm in a transition. I'm transitioning.
You're just like my son. You're in a transition phase. You're nap training, teaching him not to nap.
Yeah, teach me. How do you teach your son not to nap?
I'm actually teaching my son to nap, which is a whole other can of worms and impossible.
You're trying to get him to nap.
So you nap training is when you teach them to fall asleep on their own. So you put them in their bed, wide awake, and then they slowly but surely get comfortable enough, and they do these little things with their hands. They suck a thumb. They touch their heads. They do whatever they have. They hold this. Whatever they have to do to fall asleep on their own. Now, my son loves to fall asleep. He'll fall asleep for 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, his nap is over, and he's like, what are we doing today? I need him to sleep for 2 hours like you, so I need him to really come over to you, and you teach him how to sleep for 2 hours straight in the middle of the day like a psychopath.
Yeah. Listen, I'm an expert on this. I've been doing it since college, to be honest.
I know, but that was more necessity, not maintenance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're way too a certain way. You know?
No, I don't. No idea what that was.
You know.
And I had a good idea, but then you lost me.
We used to say that Chafe would hibernate at the end of a semester.
Oh yeah, listen. I suffered from seasonal affect disorder. I got the case of the SADS.
Of course we did, but that was usually in August, or in May. So what the fuck was your problem?
It was still snowing in May in Syracuse.
That's true. That's true. However, we'd go a whole year. He'd have his 2-hour naps occasionally, but then there'd be a week and a half where he would have a robe on, come out in the morning, brush his teeth, have a smoke.
Yeah.
And go right back to bed, wake up, rinse, repeat, maybe eat the next time, go right back to bed. You had 8 naps throughout the day and still managed to sleep through the night.
You got to do what you got to do.
What a life we once led.
Yeah, now you're teaching people to nap.
Things change.
Things change. What else you got?
So I'm still trying to read.
Have you considered glasses?
I can read. I can read. If you're looking at this says I don't give a sip. I'm very capable of reading.
Yeah.
However,
but
I've run into a problem now. I only have time to read before bed.
That's a good time to read.
It's a great time to read. It helps you fall asleep. It calms the mind. It takes your mind off of your life, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But by the time I'm ready to read, I got a long day. I'm working. I got a child. I got a lot of things going on. It's exhausting. So by the time I open a book, I'm only able to get through half a page before I'm zonked.
Remind me which book? Which book?
It's Mel Brooks Book.
Mel Brooks Book.
Mel Brooks' autobiography, all about me.
Right.
Excellent. Excellent book.
How far have we gotten? Last time you were on page 80.
Last we spoke, I was on page
2 weeks
62.
ago. Yeah.
That was 3 weeks ago, and now I'm on page 115.
Jesus Christ.
We're just chipping away at a 300-page book that I could finish in one sitting. I just don't understand how people have the time to read and how people read as fast as they do. I don't think people are actually reading pages. What do you think?
They're definitely skimming.
You think people are skimming?
Most people read to be seen reading. You know what I'm saying? They do this move. They go to Starbucks. They sit there with the cafe latte for like 3 hours, and they're just... I honestly think they're not even reading. They're just they're posing with a book. So you think a certain way about them.
And occasionally turning pages.
And occasionally thoughtfully turning a page.
Yeah. And they go, turn a page.
They don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Most adults can't read unless it's got emojis.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Unless you can click the word and get the definition right away, what are you going to do, carry a dictionary around with you?
That's insane.
What are you doing?
That's insane.
Yeah.
We live in a society where people pretend to read.
Yeah, it's all for status.
Pretending to read.
Everyone's pretending to read. We pretend to read.
Yeah.
We do the news. We barely even read the news stories. We talk about the news.
When people say the words, I can't put it down, I'm like, how do you have time to pick it up?
Yeah. Why'd you get yourself in this predicament in the first place?
It's incredible to me when people say that they actually love what they're reading and know what they're reading and have all the time in the world to read. It's all bullshit, we think.
It's all status. It's all games.
It's all status and games. These people are also wearing scarves and glasses, I imagine.
Yes,
the occasional
glasses,
beret.
the beard.
Yes.
The women too.
Ah.
Everyone's got.
Everyone's got their fake beards, their monocles, and berets, and just reading books, turning pages.
That sounds about right to me.
That feels right. Well, I'll let you know when I can finally hand this book off to you.
How many pages you got in this book?
360 something.
Jeez. So at this pace, probably like August.
Yeah,
I'm thinking August.
Yeah, I think you got a shot at this in the summer.
So let's turn. Why don't we turn this into a book club?
A little book club?
Yeah.
What do you got for me, you sandbagging son of a bitch?
Well, we got to tell me about the book.
Ah.
So tell me about Mel Brooks's book.
Oh, Mel Brooks's book. It's lovely. It's his entire life story. I'm
Good.
only at age like 30.
So what's happened so far?
So far, he grew up in Brooklyn. He went to a war. A lot of funny things happened.
War's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He eats pretty shittily in the war.
He fought the Nazis?
No, I think it was World War One.
Mel Brooks in World War One?
Apparently, I'm skimming.
Wouldn't that make him like?
Yeah, he's
Wait,
90-something.
Yeah, if he were World War One was in
No,
1915.
no.
That was over 100 years ago, and he had to be 18. So he has to be 118.
Okay, it's definitely World War II. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, he talks about the Nazis. He talks about the
Mel
Germans.
Brooks, born during the Lincoln administration.
I would believe it, wouldn't you? Ah, shit. I gotta go back and start again.
Let's break this game film down. We just discussed, we railed upon the people who pose in public, pretending to peruse books.
Yeah.
Right? And you just pretended to be reading a book on this podcast. You did the same thing we railed against.
Listen,
not 30
I said
seconds
I'm reading
your.
a book. I didn't say I comprehended the book. Reading comprehension is a
you're
whole
skimming.
other game.
You're
I
skimming.
haven't had a reading comprehension class in years.
You're skimming.
Adults should be in reading comprehension class. I need to be in reading comprehension class.
The only thing you know how to read is your highlighted lines. Is that right?
That's pretty much
That's
it.
it. That's
I
all you
barely
can
know
read
how
at
to
this
do that. I barely know how to do that. Anyway, now he's Sid Caesar. You ever hear of Sid Caesar?
Sid Caesar,
a phenomenal comedian in the TV shows in the 1950s.
I can't trust any of this information.
That's all. He was a writer with Neil Simon.
Well, I know it was actually Julius Caesar, and Mel Brooks is 3,000 years old.
That's where he met Carl Reiner.
Julius Caesar?
No, this. That's where I.
Et tu, Brute?
That's where I'm at. So, do you understand what I'm saying? You get the gist of the book.
This has been another edition of the Book Club.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
for tuning
God.
in, buddy.
Let's skim some news coming across the wire here.
Goody.
You hear about this? We got a new sporting. Have you heard about the slap fighting?
No.
It's all the rage. The slap fighting.
Oh, good.
It's big in the belt, like the eastern, behind the Iron Curtain. Let's say
The Borscht Belt?
the Eastern European, the Borscht Belt. The Borscht Belt. I think that's actually what you win as the champion. But Arnold Schwarzenegger and Logan Paul are hosting a slap fighting tournament. This is a thing. It's happening. I believe it's being streamed on Logan Paul's YouTube channel.
Wow.
It's going to be on March 5th. So just a few days away. Prepare to watch some brutal slaps March 5th with me and Logan Paul live and free on Logan's YouTube and on Fanmeo, Schwarzenegger tweeted.
Wow.
Have you ever seen slap fighting before?
I've never really seen slap fighting,
I got to show you
before. No.
Okay. So basically, you got two guys. They'll be standing at a podium,
Oh my god.
and they take turns slapping each other. They chalk up the hand,
They chalk up the hands so they
and
fall
they,
off.
you could just wind.
That looks so fucking painful.
And it's usually, this guy's a beast. He's an absolute unit. Nothing happens to him. And then he just gets knocked out.
Jesus fucking Christ. You can kill a guy with that slap. My god.
Oh, my
If you're not
Lanta.
watching on the YouTube, it is insane how the form of these guys is incredible.
And
they
it's-
really put their whole torso into it.
Look, they got earplugs in. I guess they don't
My
burst a canal.
goodness. Yeah, you can definitely burst a canal like this.
Oh, okay.
You
These two
really-
are more evenly matched.
You gotta
yeah.
really stick your whole torso into it. Aisha!
It's all, yeah. I guess your
Oh.
feet can't move, but you can move your.
I feel
wit,
like
your
I would
hip.
be pretty good at this considering I have, the reach.
Yeah. What are the rules of this game?
Oh, tell me the rules.
Okay, so general rule. This is according to slapstrike.com.
Okay.
At the counter, which is, I guess, where you're standing across from each other,
Yeah.
if we were across from this table,
Yeah.
the fight is controlled by judges who care about the safety of competitors and adherence to the rules of the fight. Okay. So there's 3 judges, 2 directly observing and 1 analyzing. All right. So I guess they're just ways to win, knockout.
There you go.
A competitor who, after being struck, cannot resume competition within 30 seconds.
You gotta get
is
back
incapable.
up and slap somebody in the face.
You got 30 seconds to get back on your feet. Once 30 seconds they count, you're out. You're done.
Can you tap out?
I guess you can quit whenever you want.
Yeah, I just walk away.
TK.
If I don't win on the first slap, I'm out. That would be my way into this.
Well, you got to get. So you'd slap a guy. You got to get a return slap.
Well, I guess if there's a
You
coin
can't be a
flip,
bitch.
if there's a coin flip, I'm fucked.
Yeah. So you, TKO, when a competitor or his support decides that the injury is serious enough, so you can walk away.
Ah, good.
Then there's point advantage and disqualification. All right, so these are the slaps that are prohibited. Ready? It is forbidden to hit the temple,
Makes sense.
the eye socket,
Also makes sense.
the nose,
Makes sense.
the ear,
Yep.
or the larynx.
Ah, yeah, you definitely can't slap that throat.
So I guess right
Right on the cheeks.
there. Yeah,
I think
man,
that's why
wild.
a lot of larger men do it, so that you can have a large slap
You gotta
surface
have
area.
like a neck that's not going to whiplash around like an owl.
You
know,
must.
like,
You must. You know, when I was 16 year old,
Yeah.
we used to do this thing called slap boxing, and I had a friend named Max Rosen.
So was it like a?
No, it was like it could be anywhere, just not below the belt.
So it's all slapping, but like
Not below
you can
the
hit
belt.
the calves and the.
Yeah, you didn't really go for the face, but if it hit the face, you could. And
Wow.
one time, Max, who had just had phenomenal form, he shimmied one way. I thought he was going left, and then he came back with the right and smacked me in the kidney. I had to leave the party we were at because I peed my pants.
He just smacked Vigor right at
He
it.
just nailed me right in the kidney, and it was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life where, like,
Jeez,
most
guy.
people just get up, laugh about it, you have a beer, you move on, you're 16, you're 17 years old, you can bounce back.
Yeah.
Literally had to leave because I peed myself.
Wow.
It was an awful experience, and it's harkening back to that with this slap fighting. But another layer of this little shenanigans, fucking Logan Paul, man. The guy's everywhere.
The guy
He's
knows-
doing all the right things. I gotta say,
He's making
if
a buck.
Logan Paul is going to be doing something, it should be this. He
This
should
is-
absolutely be hosting a slap fighting contest. This is where he belongs. Keep him in this niche. Get him out of everywhere else. Schwarzenegger, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
My question is, Schwarzenegger's never been involved with fighting. I mean, he's a bodybuilder. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
He's not a body destroyer.
Right, but he's the Terminator. He's always in action movies his whole life. He's Conan the Barbarian.
Did you
Everyone
know
thinks of him as one way.
He's a vegan.
I didn't know that.
He has, I think, at least one or two pet donkeys that he live in his house with him. Literally in his house. He has videos on Instagram of the donkey coming to his kitchen table and eating carrots from him.
Hey, to each his own. To each his own. From the Governator to making a video with a Conan sword about Trump to donkeys to Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, Schwarzenegger's one of a kind. You got to admit that.
Yeah.
There's nobody like him.
Nobody like him. Nobody like Logan. And together, a match made in heaven.
I gotta tell you, I really want to watch this show, but I can't support Logan Paul. I can't support the Pauls. I hate the Pauls.
It's free, though.
It's free.
I think I might watch it.
It's free, but they're sponsored, so
Morbid
you're still
curiosity.
making money.
Honestly, I don't know if it's going to be any better than what we just saw.
You know what this reminds me of?
Are there going to be celebrities involved? What?
Probably.
There's got to be. I want to see celebrities slap each other.
Celebrity slap fighting would be fucking brilliant.
Oh, dude, could you imagine if you got like Kim Kardashian and Julia Fox?
Oh, yeah.
Well, give me another.
Celebrity slap fighting for charity?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton
Oh.
slapping the shit out of
I
each other.
think the country would be better off for
I
it
think
if
we
we
could
could
all
watch.
unite.
If we could go back to some gladiator type shit, but with celebrities. I think this is the way to do it. This is the way.
See, that's the angle I would watch. That's the angle.
That's definitely the angle. That's the next generation of this for sure.
For sure.
What do you got? What else you got?
All right, other news across the wire. We got a big book deal in the works.
Oh, yes.
It was
saw
bound to
this.
happen.
Yeah.
Britney Spears gonna write a tell-all. She's gonna pen a tell-all book $15 million.
Good for her.
$15 million. The biggest book deal ever before that was the Obamas at around 60. $60 million for the rights to their book.
That's a huge book.
Yeah. But this
15 million is
second.
pretty damn big.
Yeah, $15 million. I got to tell you, books, they pay. You get a good book deal. I've worked on a book, okay?
Uh-huh.
I worked on it was on a New York Times bestseller list for like 2 weeks.
Sure.
Right?
It's a big to-do.
This is a lot of money.
This is a lot of money.
This is a lot
but
of
you
money.
also have to live through a lot. You have to be super, super famous.
Yeah.
You know, Britney Spears is the reason why this is getting $50 million. If you just had a story to tell...
15.
If you just had a story to tell, no one's paying me $15 million. I got a lot to say, but no one's paying me $15 million.
But here's my question. What does the publisher provide for you? Like, why is she... Like, she's got to write the book their way now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why... She's Britney Spears. She could self-publish, get her own editor, like, hire somebody just to be your editor. I mean, if she's making 15, what's the company getting on the back end? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Why not just self-published? Send a few... You're Britney Spears. You're the hottest news story. We're all going to read it.
They're probably providing her ghostwriters galore. She's barely writing this book.
That's not how it works.
You don't think this is how that works?
I know how it
Walk
works.
me through the process.
They send you a ghostwriter, and usually it's only a ghostwriter if you have really good agents. Otherwise, they try to make the ghostwriter wants credit. You know what I mean?
What do you think she has?
She's going to have a ghostwriter, but she's
Yeah.
going to give her one. They're not going to give her more than one.
That one ghostwriter is going to be a genius.
So get your own ghostwriter.
That's true.
Aside from that ghostwriter and your editor, what the hell else do you need?
I don't know.
You hire your own team. People don't buy books in bookstores anymore.
Right.
They download it.
But how...
Release it in a series of tweets.
But she's betting on the fact that she can just pocket $15 million, move on with her day, and not worry about the book sales. She's not waiting on the back end.
She's got to go do all the tours. She's got to go like off to some mall in Saskatchewan
Sure.
and do a signing. Eventually they're gonna send her all over the place.
She wants to do that. That's her life. Let her live her life.
But
That's the whole point of this.
she didn't want to be it. That was the whole thing. She didn't want to be a mule working for the man.
She's not a mule. She's pocketing $15 million. This ghostwriter's going to shimmy away. She's going to walk around. Well, she's going to walk around with a cup of coffee, tell her tales, and someone's going to write it down. That's it.
She's setting herself up. She's now tied herself into a business deal with these vermin. She should know better at this point. Britney, look at me. Look at me, Britney. I know you're watching. Do not sign contracts with anybody. No contracts. Just yourself. Put it out yourself. Publish yourself. Look what happened with your father. It ruined the relationship with your dad. Your daddy-o. Your sister's wrote her own book. She's telling things about you now. Get away from these people. Stop doing business with anybody else. Do it yourself. It's the time. The internet is here. Go!
You heard it here first, folks. He's giving Britney Spears sage advice.
I should be your manager.
Just what she needs.
But I would not be your manager. You know why? I respect you too much. You don't need to be managed. You keep posting your coochie out on Instagram and putting a little smiley face on it for the world to see if that makes you happy. You're doing well. You're doing fine. Next on the wire, Courtney Cox.
Courtney.
I don't know if you remember, because you talk a lot and you say a lot of shit.
It's occasionally.
A lot of things come out.
Yeah.
But you said some things about Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
A few years ago on the pod.
I waited a table or two a time ago, and
One of the guests
was Courtney Cox.
And I remember you making a comparison to Courtney Cox to another
Courtney Cox
celebrity.
may or may not have looked semi-identical to a certain Michael Jackson, R.I.P.
And I didn't believe you at the time. But then I looked up a picture, and Jimmy, throw up a picture.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Throw up a little comparison
Yeah.
picture. I mean, look at this.
It's tough out there.
That's Michael Jackson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and look, it's hard out there for a beautiful lady. You know, aging is not easy for anybody. I look like shit right now. It's only been 7 months since I've had a child, and I'm 33. It sucks.
Well, Courtney is now coming out and saying she regrets all the cosmetic surgery, that it actually made her look kind of weird. When it comes to turning the big 60, she's 60 now. I mean, she's a pretty lady. It just looks like she's had work done. You know what I mean? I'm not shaming.
We'll never know what she would have looked like naturally. And I think that's tough. But I also think, you know what? Do what you want to do. If you want to experiment, you want to mess around with your face, you just might have to pay the consequences of being confused when you look in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, she said there was a time when, you go, oh, I'm changing, I'm looking older, and I tried to chase that youthfulness for years.
Of course.
And I didn't realize that, oh shit, I'm actually looking really strange with injections and doing stuff to my face that I would never do now. It's like getting a tattoo. At the time, you think it's a good thing, but then it's there forever.
Yeah.
And even lasering it off, I mean, you're going to put yourself through months of like terrible procedures and pain, and it's never going to be right.
I still think about getting a tattoo. I just don't know what I would get that would last me a lifetime.
That's the thing. Like, I
That's
would
the
get
thing.
a tattoo if it made sense, but these people who cover themselves up like they look, I don't know, they look like a bathroom stall in the jacket, like a Jack in the Box.
Sometimes it's fun.
You know what I'm saying? It's just graffiti everywhere.
You're walking art. Some people like to be walking art.
Yeah, well, just because it's a drawing on your skin doesn't make it art.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes, a lot of the times it doesn't.
And sometimes, and sometimes getting all these prosthetics done to you is not the answer.
This is but like getting a lot of people do this. They get the fillers. First it was Botox, right? But then it became fillers.
Listen, as
now
I'm
she's
getting
getting her
older,
fillers taken
as I'm
out.
getting older, my eyes I'm getting bags under my eyes.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time.
Don't know. You think about it?
Of course I think about it.
Why would you think about it?
Because look at my eyes, man. I can barely see anymore.
I don't know, man. I think looking your age is always going to look better than trying to look 10 years younger.
Potentially.
Always.
Potentially.
It may look good for the first couple years, but once the skin continues to keep going,
Yeah.
you got to keep doing shit. You got to add things. You got to lift, like add supports. It's wild. And then you either got to take it out completely, and now you've completely fucked your skin up, and it's going to look all weird and puffy and cotton. Like, it's just not going to look good.
I know.
Anyway, you understand what I'm saying?
I do. But if you got to be on camera all the time, it's a daunting thing. If you were a
Look
sex
your
symbol,
age.
if you were a sex symbol, it's a daunting thing. Courtney Cox was one of the most beautiful women in America. Of course, she wants to maintain that.
And now you're an older, former most beautiful woman in the world. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think people who look like real people in general are more attractive. I don't care how big your bags are. If you look like if you look like a doll, if you look like you can't have facial expressions,
Yeah.
what do you like? You're an actor.
Yeah.
You need to emote.
Yeah. Show me what emoting is again. Thank you.
That was all of them at once.
Every possible emotion in one fell swoop.
That was 4 years of acting school.
One more time for the folks at home. You seen it here, folks. You seen it here.
Yeah. Wow.
We did it again.
Look at that guy.
Another one in the books. The sun's starting to creep into my eyes. You know what that means?
Time to go.
Time to go.
Yeah. Well, we've had a great adventure today, learning about the world, learning about each other. Let's do it again next week.
Yeah, I think so. Follow us all over the place. Subscribe to the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. We're everywhere. Follow us everywhere.
And tell your grandma, will you?
Yeah, please.
All right. See you next Tuesday. Good night.
Good luck.
Good eve.
Good day.
Good morning.